Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. So today we're going to talk about my skincare routine. Some of you were curious, some of you wanted to know. So there it goes. Today we're going to talk about what my morning and nighttime skincare routine is. Just a quick disclaimer before we start. As some of you might be aware, my skin is naturally dry and sensitive, but since I've been taking a really good care of it for the last couple of years, I pretty much tackled the dehydration and the sensitivity kind of problem. So I'll probably say the skincare routine I'm going to show you is more suitable for normal skin type, or maybe for those people who don't really struggle with dehydration at the moment. If dehydration and oversensitivity is your main problem, you should sort that first, and then you can maybe add some more steps to your skincare routine. If you'd like to know how I sorted these things for myself, I can do a separate video about that, but I just don't really want this video to be super long, so I'm going to focus on how things are right now. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to start with my morning skincare routine. I wanted to do it in my bathroom, just to show you how I'm applying things on my face and all, but the thing is, my bathroom is really tiny. It would be really weird to put lights there, proper lights, and also I think the sound will be all over the place, so I'm just going to show you everything while sitting here. Okay, so the first thing I do in the morning, skincare wise, obviously, is I wash my face with a very gentle cleanser. The one I've been using recently is Elemis Superfood CICA Calm Cleansing Foam. This is Calming Micellar Cleanser. It's very gentle. It looks like that. I'm going to link all the products that I mentioned in the description box below in case you're interested. But this is the one I've been using. It's very gentle. You definitely do not need to double cleanse in the morning. I would just suggest using something very gentle, because you don't really want to strip your skin of this kind of natural barrier that is building up throughout the night. So something very gentle. There are some dermatologists that actually even advise not to wash your face with any washing product, cleansing product in the morning. But since I actually use my retinols or acids in my nighttime skincare routine, I prefer to use some sort of cleanser. So this is my first step, obviously. So the next three steps would be my toner, my serum, and my moisturizer. And what I always like to do is I like to include 3 active ingredients in my morning skincare routine. So these will be peptides, ceramides, and vitamin C. So I try to build my morning skincare routine so that each of these products will have at least one of those ingredients inside. So the toner I've been using recently is Pink Drink Firming Resurfacing Essence by Sunday Riley. This is how it looks. This is the product that contains peptides, so one of my ingredients is already here. Peptides, if you don't know, they're building blocks for your skin. They help to produce collagen and elastin in your skin. So if you're serious about that anti-aging part of your skincare routine, peptides are a must, right? Technically, this is not a toner. This is an essence. Essence would be something between toner and serum, which pretty much would be a toner with an active ingredient, I suppose. There are those skincare routines that have I don't know, 15 steps or whatever. I do not think I need that many steps in my skincare routine. Honestly, I think less is more sometimes. So I don't really see the reason of using a toner, then an essence, then a serum after that. I think this works as a toner perfectly. So the one I've been using recently contains peptides. The next toner I'll probably be using is the one with ceramides. I might actually give you some examples in the description box below if you're just interested in how you can actually alternate between those things. But this is the one I've been using. There's also one more thing I think I need to mention here. I would not recommend using those glow toners as your toners, the ones with glycolic or lactic acid. These are not exactly toners. These are more exfoliators, and if you use them every day, you might be over exfoliating your skin. In most cases you will be over exfoliating your skin. So obviously, if it works for you, if you've been using Pixie toner, for example, for ages, and your skin looks amazing, then I guess it works for you. But for most people, this will do more harm than good, because you should not over exfoliate. And people sometimes don't really realize that this is an exfoliator, and they use their retinols in the evening, and they also use additional exfoliators once or twice a week, so that's definitely too much. Anyway, it's just the second product that I've talked so much, so let's just move to my serum. The serum I've been using recently is the vitamin C serum. This is Summer Fridays CC Serum. This is how it looks. This contains 2 forms of vitamin C. I can't really tell you much about it. I mean, it's alright. It absorbs quite nicely. As for how gentle it is, I can't really tell. My skin used to be very sensitive to vitamin C, but it's not anymore. I don't remember when there was like last time I got like some sort of irritation after using vitamin C product. So I can't really tell you whether this is quite gentle or not. To be honest, vitamin C is like very important in your skincare routine. It not only makes your skin glowing, it helps to even out your skin tone, but also, and this is the most important thing, it protects you from free radicals. So it's important to include vitamin C in your skincare routine. But if you have the same problem I used to have, if your skin does not really tolerate vitamin C that well, try just doing small steps here. Try using it like once a week. To be honest, for me, once a week was enough. Even if I used vitamin C like twice a week, it was too much sometimes. So if you use vitamin C once a week, you can use different antioxidant serums on the other days. And the good example would be this VERSO antioxidant turmeric booster. It's actually quite good, not only because it contains antioxidants, but it also contains turmeric, which will help you with the glow. So it will work very similarly to vitamin C. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes to my serum. There's one more thing I need to mention. I mean, I kind of pretty much tackled the sensitivity in my skin, but there are days that my skin is a little bit more sensitive for some reason, right? So whenever that happens, I skip my vitamin C serum and just try to like calm my skin down with something like soothing. I always have a serum like that in my cosmetic bag. The one I've been using recently is the Somerville DeliKate Recovery Serum Stressed Skin Saver. This is how it looks. I use it occasionally. I don't really need to use it that much, but whenever my skin is acting out and it's being like sensitive or like red, I just skip my vitamin C and use something like that. Okay, so that leaves us with the last product and the last active ingredient I mentioned, and this is my moisturizer with ceramides. So this is Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. This is how it looks. It is quite cool because it has this magnetic spatula here. I mean, this is brilliant, honestly. I always lose these things, and this one actually, you know, it's just here. It never gets lost, so that's amazing. This cream is actually really good for like winter. It's quite heavy, it's quite rich, so personally I wouldn't reuse it in summer because it's a little bit too heavy, but it's perfect for like around this time of the year. It smells lovely. Yeah, it's just so good, and it contains ceramides, and ceramides are important to recreate this like outer protective layer of your skin. So they are particularly important if your skin is sensitive, if your skin is dry, or if you have mature skin. So ceramides, very important ingredients, and this cream, this is something I definitely could recommend, but most of you will probably enjoy it more over winter. Okay, so there's one more thing I need to mention here, and this is my eye cream. And as much as I'm fully aware that you should technically apply your eye cream before your serum and your moisturizer, I personally do not really pay much attention to that order here. I don't know, I don't really see much difference. I mean, I do apply it every morning, but sometimes it's like before my moisturizer, sometimes it's before my serum, and sometimes it's just the last step of my skincare routine. So the one I've been using is the ESPA 24-hour Replenishing Eye Moisturizer. This is Nourishing Eye Cream to hydrate and soften, and that's what it does. It hydrates, it softens. By the way, I do like this kind of marble top of ESPA products. But yeah, a good cream, really kind of like comforting, soothing. It's perfect for irritated skin. So if you have sensitive skin around your eyes, I sometimes do, this is actually perfect to calm that skin down. If you're struggling with like dark circles, then I think this is not going to be the best cream for you, because it does not really do that much in that department, but it hydrates really nicely. So that's that, and this is pretty much most of my morning skincare routine. And there's one thing I kind of need to mention, and this might sound a little bit controversial what I'm going to say, but bear with me, okay? I do have a good reason. So here comes the controversial part. I don't always use my sunscreen in my morning skincare routine. Yeah, I know how it sounds, but listen. So here's the thing. I do my morning skincare routine in the morning, and then, I mean, I work from home. So most days I don't really leave my place until like later on, like afternoon. So if I apply it first thing in the morning and then I'm leaving my place at like 3 p.m., it won't even do anything good, to be honest. I should reapply it anyway, like at that time. So for me, this is more like a waste of a product if I apply it in the morning, since I do have to reapply it before going out anyway. As for whether you should wear your sunscreen when you're at home. So the dermatologists usually agree that you don't really need to, unless you have like massive windows and like very like bright interiors, or maybe when you're working sitting like directly next to the window. Then none of these situations actually applies to me, so I don't really feel like I need to wear my sunscreen at home. Also, we have the kind of blue light situation. This has been quite popular recently. Like, many people actually mentioned that sunscreen should protect you from the blue light radiation from your computers and your phones. And I also try to check that, and there's no research proving that this is the case, that the sunscreen will protect you from the blue light. Apparently, your antioxidants could protect you against blue light as well to some extent, but again, we don't really have enough data. So I'm not really sure. I mean, anything I found about it was pretty much sponsored by like pharmaceutical companies, so obviously they will just tell you that this is necessary because they kind of want to increase the use of the product, right? But I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess it won't hurt you. I guess it won't hurt you to use your sunscreen at home, so you can just as well do it. I just don't really, I just don't, okay? I wear my sunscreen whenever I go out, and I usually use this one here. So this is La Roche-Posay Anthelios 50, SPF 50. This is gorgeous. You can apply it even over your makeup because this is like a very gentle kind of mist. It does not really make your skin white or anything like that. So this is the one I usually go for, but if I'm planning to just leave my place shortly after doing my skincare routine, I would just swap my moisturizer for a moisturizer with SPF. Yeah, that's what I usually do. So I think this concludes my morning skincare routine, and now we're moving to my nighttime skincare routine. This one should be a little bit more straightforward because I mostly use my retinols at night. But I mean, let's just get to it, right? So the first thing I do is I cleanse my skin, obviously. So whenever I'm wearing like heavier makeup, I use my cleansing balms. This is Elemis Pro-Collagen cleansing balm, one of my favorites, one of my 3 favorites, one of my top 3. The other 2 would be Eve Lom cleanser and Mahardi. I keep mentioning these names like all the time, so obviously one of my favorite cleansers ever. If I'm only wearing like a very gentle makeup or only sunscreen, I would usually go for like a face oil. I don't think it makes much difference, but I think the balms are more like heavy duty kind of product, whereas oils are like more gentle, so this is how I do it. So the oil I've been using recently is Elemis Wildflower cleansing oil. And it's just alright, okay? I don't love it, probably because of the scent. It's like this wildflower scent, which is a little bit like, it doesn't sting or anything like that, but it's just not really my favorite scent, so that's probably the only reason why I don't love it. It's okay. It's okay. I like it enough to use it. Because, if there's something I really don't like, I just don't use it. I have too many products to waste my time on like using products I'm not really happy with. This is good enough, okay? Obviously after that I do my second cleanse with I use the same product I used in the morning, Elemis Superfood CICA cleansing foam. So something gentle. I do prefer to use like gentle cleansers because obviously my skin naturally is quite sensitive. So after cleansing I continue with my toner, and as you can see I do like Elemis, right? So this is Elemis Soothing Apricot Toner. These toners are amazing. I tried I think like 3 of them. This was like a ginger one, and I think lavender one as well, and they're all lovely. Like, I do love the fact that you can just spray them directly on your face. You don't really need those like cotton pads, or I don't really use cotton pads anymore, but even those like reusable pads, I still prefer something that I can just use directly, spray directly on my face. So these toners are amazing. They're just like soothing. They're perfect for dry and sensitive skin. And directly after using my toner when my skin is still damp, I go ahead and apply some hyaluronic acid. So this is the Hydrate B5 Liquid Rehydration Serum, which is pretty much hyaluronic acid. You don't really need an expensive hyaluronic acid. Like whatever they will tell you, you don't. You don't. I mean, you can go for like the ordinary one, which is like very cheap, and that would be fine too. So the important thing is to apply your hyaluronic acid on your wet skin, because this is how you actually retain the moisture close to your skin. Hyaluronic acid is just a hydrator. You kind of need some water to be able to keep it next to your skin. If you do not apply any water, and if you live in like this very dry kind of environment, then what it does, it kind of drags water from your skin. So it actually makes your skin feel drier. So that's why some people complain that hyaluronic acid makes their skin feel dry rather than hydrated. So yeah, always apply your hyaluronic acid on a damp skin, then you'll make sure that you have enough hydration for it to work. Okay, so the next step obviously would be my retinol. What I use now is SHANI DARDEN Retinol Reform. So this is how it looks. To be honest, some people kind of advise that you should apply retinol as close to your skin as possible. So some people would actually advise you not to use any like hyaluronic acid as your first layer. But since my skin is technically dry, I kind of need to take care of the hydration as well. It's not dehydrated, but if I just stop using hydrators, it will just go back to like dehydrated again. So I do prefer to take care of that. If that means that my retinol has to be a bit diluted, then that's the way it is. I mean, I can't do anything about it. If my skin is not hydrated properly, no retinol will help. So that's how I actually do it. So after my skin absorbs the retinol like properly, then I just apply my moisturizer. This is the one I've been using, Bedtime Beauty Boost Nutriactive Nourishing and Regenerating Night Cream by OSKIA. This is how it looks. Not my favorite moisturizer, but the only reason why I don't love it is because it does not really, I mean, it does have some scent to it, but it's very, not something I would like to have on my face. I don't know. I know that the skincare products don't really have to smell nicely to work, or maybe sometimes they even shouldn't smell nicely, but I do like it. I do like to like the scent of my products. So that's probably the only reason I don't love it. Although I think it's a good cream. It has like a really nice kind of rich formula, which is something I usually choose for like nighttime. I do want my skin to be, you know, nourished and taken care of while I'm sleeping. And one more thing I need to mention here, I do my skincare routine like in the evening, and sometimes before I go to bed, it like fully absorbs, and I kind of want to like top up this like protective kind of outer layer on my skin, this occlusive layer. Then I just go with the face oil. This is the one I've been using now. This is Augustinus Bader, the oil. So what I do, I just use a couple of drops on my palms. I kind of like rub it together to warm it up, and then I just pat it across my face and neck and décolletage, and that's pretty much it. This is the way I use my oils, and I do it usually just before my bedtime. So this is the type of nighttime skincare routine I go for most days, but I would say like twice a week I use my acids. So on my acids day, I cleanse my skin normally, and I don't reuse any toner or anything like that. Directly after cleansing, I just apply my acids. So I do alternate between these two. So this is the one, this is the Sunday Riley's Good Genes Serum. And this one actually contains glycolic acid. So this is not going to be great if you have sensitive skin or new to acids. Then maybe you should start with like something more gentle. And this is actually the reason why I don't reuse it twice a week. I go for glycolic acid once a week, and then the other night I use lactic acid, which is much more gentle. It has like a little bigger particle, so it does not really penetrate your skin that deeply. That's why it's not that harsh on your skin. So the lactic acid product I've been using is OSKIA London Liquid Mask Lactic Acid Micro Pill. This is 10% lactic acid. This is how it looks. So if you're completely new to acids, you could even go for something more gentle like mandelic acid. Leave the glycolic acid as the last step. It's the most like potent one, so obviously you don't really need to start with that one. So after my acids are applied, I just leave it like that for like pretty much the whole evening, and then before my bedtime I just apply my moisturizer on top. So that will be this product again by OSKIA. Oh, and obviously I almost forgot, I also use like my eye cream in my nighttime skincare routine as well. So on my retinol days, I use a retinol serum, which is this one here, DeliKate R-RETINOATE youth activating cream. And then I use an eye cream, which is this one here. This is by VERSO, Extra Nourish Eye Cream. So when I use my acids, I skip the retinol serum and I just use my cream. And the only reason why I use a different product in my nighttime and my morning skincare routine is that I do my morning skincare routine in my bedroom and I do my nighttime skincare routine in my bathroom. So it's just easier for me to have like 2 separate eye creams for 2 skincare routines. But the truth is, like, if you have like 1 eye cream, it just goes, it can just work as a night and a day cream. You don't really need 2 of them. And this is everything when it comes to my skincare routine, like morning and evening skincare routine. What do you guys think? Have you tried any of those products? Is your skincare routine similar to mine or completely different? Please share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your point of view on this. Thank you very much for watching. For more beauty related content, check those videos here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.